through these and comment on them. And, ow, fuck, cringe at the, pins and needles in my leg. Because I was cross-legged, so I was typing on Twitter about these. Heroes are people with others' well-being at the heart of their purpose, yes. They're diplomatic, I don't know about that, polite, I don't think so. And skilled at managing people relationships. I don't know. Maybe not. It sort of depends on a lot of things. They have a gift for understanding others' feelings. Yeah, and motives. Not necessarily motives, no. And do their best not only to keep the peace in their communities, not really in a community, and relationships, yes, to my own detriment in the past, but to anticipate and support others' needs, yes. Nothing gives them more satisfaction at the end of the day than being appreciated for all the hard work they do for their friends and loved ones. No, I disagree, because I don't do it to be appreciated, if that makes sense. What gives me satisfaction from it is other people actually being happy, not if they're, like, expressing gratitude to me. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's sort of a weird thing to say. Strengths, tolerant, depends what of, reliable, depends what for, charismatic. Yeah, I can mask pretty well. Altruistic, yes. Natural leader. I don't know about that. Like, times where I've been, like, forced to be a leader because everybody else is just fucking incompetent or stupid. I'm quite good at it, but it's not something that I particularly choose or want to ever do, really. Cooperative. Yes, generally, but it depends again. Communicative, yes. Loyal, absolutely, yes. To a negative extent sometimes. Devoted, that means the same thing. Weaknesses, needy, yeah, I'm a clingy motherfucker. Passive aggressive, I have been in the past, now I'm maybe a bit too assertive, bordering into aggressive as like an overcorrection cope for that. Too sensitive, that's gaslighting. That's no, I don't like that. That's very rude. That's a bit of a trigger for me, in fact, because that's always been said to me by people who have a lot more privilege and don't understand what I've been through and don't care, and who would react to what I've been through way fucking worse than I do. So I find that very offensive and inaccurate. Fluctuating self-esteem, yes, massively. Struggle to make tough decisions. It'll take a long while to do it, if that's what they mean by struggle. Critical of differing perspectives. Depends what about, like, if you know, if your favourite colour is blue, I don't really like blue, but I don't give a fuck. If you think the police are good, then yeah, I'm going to be critical of that because you're stupid and wrong. Conflict averse, yes. Don't actually like arguing as much as I upset other people. Attracted by, I thought this was listing my qualities, hang on. Attracted by qualities they love: warm, caring, principled, easygoing, quiet, mysterious. Hang on, warm, yes, caring, yes, principled, yes, easygoing, yes, quiet, yeah, but I don't mind loud boys either, it sort of depends. Mysterious, no, that kind of annoys me. Interesting I like, intriguing I like, mysterious, no. It shouldn't have to be like trying to get blood from a stone to get to know somebody. I find that fucking annoying. Deep, yes, big turn on. Altruistic, yes, probably the biggest turn on. Virtuous, again, sort of similar to altruistic, kind of the biggest turn on. Just gonna turn my heating off because it's too hot. Why did I have it set so high? Oh, it's because when I brought it up, the machine thought that it was hotter in here than it was. Anyway, that's boring, you don't need to know about that. I say machine, it's like a little handheld thing. Yeah, altruistic and virtuous and deep are probably my biggest ones, biggest yeses, and then caring, you know. Imaginative, yes. Respectful, yes. I mean, it depends in what way. Respectful as in treats other people and animals with, you know, a basic amount of compassion and dignity, yes. that's sexy. Respectful, like respectful of authority, like respectful of hierarchy, fuck off. Optimistic, yes. Doomers kind of frustrate me sometimes. I mean, I get it, I've been a doomer in the past, but that's probably why I don't like it, because it was a past version of me. Cool, that's very vague. Do you mean like cool-headed? Do you mean like impressive? Empathetic, yes, that's a big one. Loyal, yes, big one. Considerate, yes, big one. Supportive, yes, massive one. Attentive, yes, massive one. Diplomatic, yeah, I don't think I'd put that in my own list if I was thinking of things that I like, but it's certainly not a turn off. So romantic, absolutely yes. Pet peeves, qualities they can't stand. Critical, depends what of. Selfish, yeah, I fucking hate that. That's my least favourite thing ever. Rude, it depends what about, and if they are actually meaning to be rude, or if they're being misperceived as being rude because of holistic supremacy. Superficial, yeah. It's basically just saying doesn't like holistic people. Unengaging, yeah. Cruel, yeah, it's the biggest turn off ever, next to selfish. Selfish just below cruel. Controlling, yeah, I don't like that. Disloyal, yeah. Unappreciative, yes. Condescending, especially yes, because I'm more intelligent than most people, so when a man condescends to me, it makes me want to fucking kick him to death. Disrespectful, yeah, again, and like if by disrespectful it means things like littering or like scaring pigeons or just being a dick, like just being disrespectful to just like earth, and I don't like that. Mating call. How to know if they like you? Oh god, here we go. Okay, if a hero likes you, they'll be very engaged and highly interested in you. But isn't that how everybody who's interested in somebody acts? Expects cheerful smiles, responsive laughter, and energetic enthusiasm. I don't know about energetic. I'm a pretty slow, tired person, but other than that, yes. But that's how everybody acts around people they like, though, isn't it? What the fuck? I'll ask you soul-piercing questions to get to know your deepest desires and life story. I ask those to everybody. Whether I like them, how am I going to know if I like them or not if I don't ask that? So that doesn't mean I like them. It means I want to know if they're likable. That means they're in the maybe pile, not the yes pile, until further data is collated. Deepest desires and life story. Hang on. You may feel yourself opening up details about yourself that you've never told anyone before. Yes, an ex-frenemy of mine used to call it my breakfast club superpower, in that I can just go up to a total fucking stranger at a bus stop, at a party, in a nightclub, at like a video game display event for indie devs, anything, and just start talking to somebody and they'll just start telling me like their deepest, darkest secrets and life story, because they just sort of trust me and they know that I'm not gonna, they can just sense that I'm not going to spread all that shit around as gossip, because I don't. So I like to relate to people on a soul level and sort of therapize them a bit, to be honest. So like even strangers, that's just sort of how I do life. If they don't like you, they may try to set you up with a friend while telling you they're really good at matchmaking. No. My robots reminded me to do Duolingo. If you can hear that. If they don't like you, I mean, I'm trying to have a think now. I've been liked by fellas in the past who I haven't liked, and my general MO is to just sort of tell them without telling them that I don't fancy them. Like, I don't know, let's say he wears blue shirts all the time, I might say something like, I've never been into guys who wear blue shirts all the time. I won't like directly say, like, you person in front of me, your name, I do not fancy you. I won't be like that, but I'll list things that I don't go for that apply to him. As I don't know how to deal with it really. I'm quite passive about it, or at least I was in the past. Don't know how I'd act now though. I'd probably just be a bit more direct. But flirting tips, is this for me or for people towards me? Hang on. Be polite, kind and respectful. Show understanding and empathy. Appreciate their kindness and compassion. I assume this is for towards me. Give plenty of compliments and verbal affirmation for things they do for you or for the things they do well. Yes, I do. Yeah, yes. Maintain a little mystery as they're trying to figure out your innermost thoughts and desires. You'll leave them wanting to know more. No, that will annoy me. Tell me everything you think and feel all the time constantly. Please, that makes me more interested, because if I have to like dig it out of you, I'll just get tired and frustrated and bored. Whereas if you offer it freely, then I get to know you better, and that's more interesting and more fun for me. Listen deeply and attentively. Yes, who doesn't like being listened to properly? I just remembered a while back I did a tweet. I say a while back, like a few days ago or last week or something, I did a tweet that said, "My kink is when men listen to me." So, yes. Engage them in deep conversation about meaningful topics or as a way of getting to know one another. Yes, I can't fucking stand, "Hi, how are you? What's your job? Look at the weather. Oh, you've been shopping then, have you?" Like that, just boring. Like, let's talk about obvious observations that don't let us get to know each other at all, that are super tedious and like uninteresting. I fucking hate holistic small talk. I just hate it. It's so boring, it hurts. Literally, it's physically painful, drains my energy. Don't tease, poke fun, or put them down as a way to neg them. They'll think you're rude or a bully. Yeah, generally, like, if we know each other really well and you kind of like fairly roast me for something without like being like really bitchy or vindictive, then I can just laugh at myself. But like, if I don't know you very well and you just come straight out the gate with like something kind of like, sour, I'm just gonna go, "What the fuck was that about?" Like, I'll just assume you don't like me and you're being mean because you're a mean person. I don't like fighting for sport or like playing like insult tennis or anything. It's not my style. Don't try to hook up with them on the first date or too early in the relationship. It might appear friendly, but this is usually the last thing they'd want. Yeah, I think a lot of the time people mistake my general like openness and friendliness for me being like interested in them specifically, when I'm like that with everybody. And then they think they're like way further ahead with me than they are, which then I obviously perceive as like arrogant and a turn off. Like if they're going like pushing too fast, It's like, how dare you assume I want to fuck you just because I'm being basically nice to you? What that tells me is that you're only nice to people when you want to fuck them, and otherwise you're an asshole. It's very unattractive. So, yeah. Don't ignore them or give them one-word responses. Yeah, fucking hate that shit. It'll feel one-sided as they try to get to know you deeply. They appreciate your attention and thoughtful responses. Yeah, I love info dump tennis. I love my favourite communication style is I send you a TED Talk, you send me a TED Talk, I send you a TED Talk, you send me a TED Talk. As in like ones we've written ourselves. I mean like essays. Just like really long form info dumping to each other. I really don't like when somebody asks me something and I info dump to them about the answer, and then I'm like, "And you?" And they're just like, "Yes, okay, I guess," or something. And I'm like, "Right, so you're really boring then." Or just not willing to like share yourself, which means you must think you're not very good, which means I'm going to think that you're not very good. So, don't be rude or disrespectful to others while in their presence. Don't be rude or disrespectful to others at all, please, even when I'm not around. I will still not like it if I find out. And I will find out. Don't give them the silent treatment. They don't want a companion who makes them feel alone and denies them of connection. Yeah, that would drive me batshit. Don't instigate conflicts. I do hate arguing. I hate arguing and I hate conflicts. I always want to just resolve things and understand each other and reconcile and like reach an understanding and sort out whatever the issue is. I don't like to have like a massive fucking like horrible row about it or anything. I find that really stressful and toxic and immature. Yeah. Okay, so relationship material values they'll cuff you for. Really fucking hate that terminology. Put a ring on it for. Hang on, relationship material values they'll put a ring on you for. Be sincere and polite. Yeah, I mean polite not by like holistic standards, for fuck's sake. But sincere, yes, definitely. I can't stand liars, even about like little things. It's very annoying. Be on time and dependable. I mean, I'm always late because I'm disabled, so I can't be on time even when I want to be and try to be and go out of my way to be. So it'd be hypocritical of me to feel frustrated when other people are late. I'm not frustrated when other people are late, but I am frustrated if they're late and they don't tell me the new ETA. Like, it's like, I don't mind that you're late, but I do mind not knowing when you're coming, because if I don't know if you're going to be here in the next 5 minutes or in 2 hours, then I can't like do anything, because I don't know if I'm to engage in short-term waiting or long-term waiting. And if I engage in the wrong one, then it becomes like a massive energy drain to be snapped out of it. So yeah, be willing to have deep conversations and discuss the future. Yes. Now I assume it means about like marriage and kids and shit, but I want to talk about like solar powered flying cars and alien disclosure. Like literally. Be emotionally open and available. Yeah. Sorry, I sort of spaced out there. Yes, massively so, yes. I find it very attractive when somebody's like emotionally vulnerable. If somebody's always like really stoic and like overly like manly in their emotions, if that makes sense, I find it really tedious. And pretentious as well. Stop pretending you're a fucking psychopath. Your feelings, tell me about them. Unless you are a psychopath, in which case you're definitely not on the list for me. But spend a lot of quality time with them and frequently express your appreciation for them. Don't know about expressing appreciation for me so much as just like complimenting me. But yeah, a lot of quality time. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love a boyfriend who just fucking never stops talking to me. I'd love a clingy motherfucker. Not like in a toxic way though. Obviously, just a fella who's very interested in talking to me a lot of the time. Show them you're committed for the long term. Not right away, because that'll scare me the fuck off. Also, I will leave you for Jungkook at the first opportunity, unless you are Jungkook. Because that wouldn't make sense unless I was meeting another him from another timeline or something. Anyway, likely interest, definitely not football. People, that's pretty vague. Matchmaking, no. It said that twice. I've never ever in my whole life, not even once, tried to set a friend up with another friend. I don't think. I can't think of a single time where I've been remotely interested in that, or particularly thought about it for more than like 2 seconds or something. Psychology, yes, although there's a sad story behind that. It's not so much an interest as a defense mechanism to learn it. Languages, yes. Travel, would love to. Food, I've never been much of a foodie or anything, because I just haven't like had the opportunity to be, because I'm fucking poor. So poetry, I literally do write poems, yes. Deep films, yes. Design, pretty fucking vague, but yeah, I suppose, but it depends on the thing. Like interior design is a recent interest of mine. Volunteering, no, I don't like going and touching things in loud places that other people have touched. It's too much sensory hell. If sensory hell wasn't a factor, then yeah, yes, absolutely, I would be a volunteer. Love languages. How they give and feel love most, ranked in order by most popular. Quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, gifts. I don't know. I would say some of those are much more like equal to each other than this totem pole, or I sort of want to say that gifts is higher, because like when I'm really into somebody, if I ever have any fucking money, which is kind of never, like I will just sugar daddy the hell out of them. Like that's a big way that I show affection. But it's not really a thing that I can do much. But I do really love it though when somebody does it for me, and you know when they're decent. When it's proper like, you know, I bought this for you specifically because you specifically said that you specifically wanted this specific thing. That's very sexy and romantic. What I don't like is bought you this random crap that the woman in Superdrug said all women like that was just near the till in bulk and didn't think about your personality at all. I actually find that offensive. I find a bad gift worse than no gift. But yeah, I got a lot of trauma with that, like my horrible sisters trying to neurocolonize me with like chavvy shit that they would buy as like passive aggressive presents to try to get me to be less geeky. So, yeah. By less geeky I mean trying to force me to not be autistic, stupid bitches. So, I would say gifts above acts of service, possibly above physical touch. Not sure, maybe equal. Quality time, I don't know, words of affirmation. I kind of count words of affirmation and quality time kind of in the same space, because like quality time is talking to each other, and how are you getting words of affirmation if you're not talking to each other? So yeah, I don't know about that so much. Love philosophy. Okay, here we go. Isn't it already? It's going on and on about this, isn't it? Like 5 pages. Hang on, of love stuff and shit. Nearly said and sex, but it doesn't say sex at all. Okay, so dating a hero will involve lots of deep and intimate conversations. Well, if you're not a basic fucking bitch, yeah, I mean, I would like that to be true, but it hasn't been of my past relationships. And fun and creative experiences. Well, fun is very, subjective, isn't it? So, well, they will spend conversations mostly trying to get to know you. They also enjoy intellectual conversation and discussions of the future and possibilities. Well, I prefer that more than getting to know somebody, because within that you can get to know somebody and it's mad interesting. So they're open-minded when it comes to dates. Am I? And will likely seek out experiences that are fun, novel and creative. Novel only if there's like a lot of preparation and like I know exactly what's going to like happen and how to do it and where it will be and what the environment will be like, and you know, I'm a I don't know, I'm like a spontaneous anxious person, I guess. Heroes want to connect with their partners on a deep level. Who only wants to connect on a shallow level? Like, that doesn't make sense, but okay, it's okay. A relationship will usually never. Strange wording. A relationship will usually never. So oxymoronic. What do you mean? Use one of those words. A relationship will usually is just short circuiting. It is short circuiting my brain, as evidenced by my lack of ability to speak English about it anymore. Heroes want to connect with their partners on a deep level. A relationship will never feel truly satisfying without that deep and authentic connection. Yes. They hope to meet someone of substance and character, who they can openly share their deepest emotions with. Someone who will listen to them intensely and reciprocate their openness, yes. And someone with dreams and aspirations and wants to do good for people and the world. Yes, probably, to be frank, my only turn on is they feel like their ambitions and motivations is that they want to improve Earth. If their ambitions and motivations are like, I want to make loads of money so I can live in luxury, I'm like, okay, bye. You know? We're not on the same fucking mission, are we? I don't like the selfishness of that, find it cringe. The girl boss energy, you know? Not for me. Not for me. They want to understand the person underneath and are rarely interested in casual relationships or flings. Yes, until very recently, and more recently I've sort of wanted to maybe try and have a few, like, fuck buddies or something, but, a bit difficult in my current circumstances to attain such connections. Heroes are caring and compassionate individuals who often put others' needs ahead of their own. Yeah. and it's not always a good thing. It's sometimes kind of toxic because I can do it to the extent that it causes me a great deal of problems, and you know, it's not good to put others' oxygen masks on before your own. You know that phrase. I need to stop doing that somehow. Likewise, they expect this of their partner. They will be frustrated if they feel that they are putting in most of the work in a relationship, yes. Or that all their efforts go unappreciated, yes. I'm bored of, like, being the chaser and not even, like, being looked at in response, you know. It is essential for their partner to vocally acknowledge appreciation for their support. Yeah, I guess. It sort of depends, but yes. Ideal date. Oh my god, we're still on the dating. I thought this was a friendship website. It said friendship and dating, and so I sort of put dating as like a maybe kind of thing, but friends more as a definite thing. But it seems to think I'm on here like just for dates, I suppose, because going off and on and on about this stuff. So, a hero's ideal date is one that combines intimacy, romance, and a deep, authentic connection. Yeah, I mean, for a first date, maybe we could scrap the, like, romance a bit, because we don't fucking know each other. But, dates like gazing at the stars, that would be good. Yeah, I'd have to know him quite well before that, though, because I don't want to just go out into the woods to look at the sky with some rando, you know. Holding hands while walking along a beautiful seashore. Holding hands whilst walking actually annoys me quite a lot. Although I do love walking by bodies of water, yes. And I do love beaches. Or snuggling alongside each other after an adventure. It's pretty fucking vague, what do you mean? Or well engaged in deep conversation are the ones they love the most. Yes. Heroes are adventurous, am I? I don't know about that, I don't think so. Very cautious, I would say, in most cases. I can be spontaneous if I want to, like, just suddenly go to a thing, like usually live music, like if it's a live music show and I've only just found out it's on, like, tonight, then I'll go to it, like, completely kind of randomly. But other than that, no I am not. Maybe I don't know, if we're, like, walking in the nature or something, I might, like, take a bit of a weird path off the beaten path or something. Maybe I am a bit adventurous, I don't know, it depends. It's a very vague word. It depends on the context and the environment and stuff like that. So, optimistic. Yeah, I think optimism is my default, but I do struggle with depression at times when my circumstances are very, very, very shit, and then I can get incredibly pessimistic. But it's not a part of my default personality. It's more of a circumstantial reaction thing. So, and ambitious when it comes to dates. I would be if I had any fucking money. Yeah. You can. I like simple things. I like simple dates. Just restaurant or just cinema or just walk in the park or one or two of those things, or I don't know. I wouldn't want to go, like, fucking bungee jumping or something. You can expect a first date that will last hours and include back-to-back activities, from volunteering followed by hiking to dinner and an outdoor movie. Alright, as I was reading it, I was like, what? Oh, come on, that's too much. I wouldn't be doing all that. And then just realise it was actually kind of basically what I had just said. just cut that down to about 2 of those and delete volunteering. and not an outdoor movie, no. That's not a thing in England. England is too cold. Okay. Relationship fear. A hero's biggest relationship fear is falling for someone who pretends to be someone they're not during the dating phase and eventually closes off emotional connection and communication. It's never been much of a thing in my head of, like... No, I've never had, like, a particularly conscious fear of, like, dating somebody who's very fake, and then it, and then I notice what I fear is just a loveless, fake long-term connection that I feel trapped in. That's only like a physical proximity connection, not an emotional one, or like a mental or a spiritual or a sexual one. Like being trapped in a loveless marriage and unable to leave is like my biggest relationship fear. Closes off emotional connection and communication. I would say never having the emotional connection in the first place, trying to force it and failing, but still just staying together forever anyway. That's my biggest fear. They also fear falling for someone lazy and without dreams and aspirations. I don't fear that because it's not really possible, to be honest. I don't think I could fancy somebody who's got like absolutely no ambition. Just like doesn't want to do anything to improve Earth, or like doesn't want to create anything, or like I wouldn't find that sexy in the first place. So they dread one day being stuck in stagnancy. Yes. And being the only person working to contribute towards their personal growth and future. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's what I fear. Being abandoned but still in the relationship is even worse than being like properly abandoned. Yeah. Being a Marge Simpson is my biggest relationship fear. Being a Marge Simpson is the easiest way to explain it. Okay. Next, secret desire. Oh, going to tell all of my secrets to strangers on the internet, are you? Heroes are known for their skilled ability in managing human relationships and others' feelings. However, beneath their emotionally intelligent perception, they secretly desire to be more confident with their logical side. Nah, not relevant to me at all. I am already confident with my logical side. That's not... My secret desire is very different. And irrelevant to this. They will try to gain more knowledge. I do, yes. Maintain logical consistency in their thoughts. I do try. Very difficult to do as an emotional social animal. We all think we're good at it, but we're all shit at it. Be as accurate and factual as possible. They may find themselves going on learning sprees. Yes, that's called being autistic. And wanting to improve themselves in this area they don't feel as confident in. Not logic, no, but like just knowledge. Just knowledge. But that's not a secret desire. I'm very open about that. I do that all the time. That's not my secret desire. I don't say what my secret desire is. I'll have to find that out. Okay. Friendship philosophy. Oh, finally. Okay. ENFJs. If that is me. Give high regard. Maybe I'll do a part 2 because this is really long. Hang on.